boys and girls, today we're going to have some fun with numbers, shall we? So in the first exercise here, we have few missing numbers. But here they have asked us to tell us which number comes before a particular number. If we have 50, what number comes before 50? It is 49. Okay, I'll write a number here and you have to tell me which one comes before that, okay? So if we have 10, can you tell me what number comes before 10? It's easy. It is 9. Very good. Now let me give you another number. If we have 210, then which number comes before 210? It's 209. Very good. Now let's try the numbers which come after a particular number. Okay? Let's see the same thing. What comes after 10? It is 11. Very good. What comes after 210? It is 211. Very good. So now that you know this, you can go ahead and do the activities that are given. Let's try some of them. Okay. Let's turn to the page 68. Here they have asked us to fill in the numbers that comes in between the given numbers. So we have 65 and then we have a blank and then it is 67. So what comes after 65? It is 66. Very good. Now let's try the number 278. What comes after 278? It is 279. Very good. And then comes 280. Let's try another one. 89. What comes after 89 and before 91? It is 90. Very good. And then we have 164. What comes after 164 and before 166? It is 165. Very good. Now they have given number names in the next one. Here we have to write the number names that comes before a particular number name and the number name that comes after a particular number name. Let's see if you can do this one. So the first one is they have a blank and then they have given 17. S-E-V-E-N-T-E-N, 17, and then there's another blank. So what is a missing number name here? It is 16. Very good. 16, and then we have 18 after 17. 16, 17 and 18. Very good. Now let's try another one. What comes before 12 and after 12? It is the number 11 which comes before 12 and the number 13 which comes after 12. Let's try the last one. This is a little tricky. We have two blanks and then the number name. So they have given us the number THRE, 3. So what is the number name that comes before 3 and before that? So before 3 is 2, TWO, and before 2 is 1. Very good. So ONE, 1, and then comes 2 and then comes 3. Now we're going to learn about the comparison of numbers. Suppose we have two numbers given. How will you know which is the number which is greater and which is the number which is smaller? Right? So let's look at something here. So here we have 23 and we have 15. So in 23 we have 20 tens and then we have 3 ones. And then in 15 we only have 10 tens and we have only 5 ones. So now we know that 23 is greater than 15. And then we have the number 9 and then the number 12. So we have 9 ones for 9 and then we have 10 tens and then 2 ones. So then we know that 9 is lesser than 12. Here we have 9 and 9. 9 ones and 9 ones. So we know that 9 is equal to 9. And for numbers which are lesser than 10, it's even more easier, right? because we can count them very easily. For example, if we have 5 stickers with us and if I have 3 stickers in another hand, I can count and see that 5 is greater than 3, right? Again, if I have pens, suppose I have 3 pens in one hand and just 1 pen in the other hand, I know and I can see that 3 pens are greater than 1 pen, right? Again, if I have 8 fruits with me, 8 fruits here in this basket, and if I just have 5 fruits in the other basket, I know that 5 fruits are lesser than 8 fruits, right? So it's quite easy for us to understand and able to compare when these numbers are just below 10. But what do we do when the numbers are greater than 10? Let's learn about that. So first thing that we need to notice is to see how many digits these numbers have. Let's see that. So if we have 2 numbers here, for example, we have 20 and then if we have 9. How many digits does 20 have? It has 2 digits, right? How many digits does 9 have? It has just 1 digit, right? So then we know that 20 is greater than 9. That's quite easy, right? But what if both the numbers have the same number of digits? Then it's a little confusing, right? Then we need to go by the value. Now, if we have 2-digit numbers, both are 2-digit numbers, then we have to compare by looking at the ones. For example, if we have 72 and we have 74. So here the place value in 10 is the same. We have 7 tens and we have 7 tens here. Then we have to go by the ones. We have 2 ones here and we have 4 ones here, right? So which number is greater? 74, right? So 72 is lesser than 74. Very good. Now let's look at 3-digit numbers. If we have 100 and if we have 70, it's quite easy, right? Because we know there are 3 digits here and there are only 2 digits. So which is greater? 100 is greater. Very good. Now what if both the numbers are having 3 digits? Let's look at that. For example, if we have 121 and then we have 131. So here we have to look at the next highest value. That is in hundreds, this number has 100 hundreds and this one also has 100 hundreds. So then we have to go by the next one, that is the tens. We have 20 tens and we have 30 tens. So which is greater? The 30 tens, right? So 121 is lesser than 131. Very good. Now if even the tens are the same, what do we do? Let's try that. For example, we have 242 and then we have 245. How do we know? Here there are 3 digits for both the numbers and then we also have in the hundreds place is the same, 2 and 2. What about the tens place? We have 4 and 4. What about the ones place? We have 2 and 5. So then we will be able to know that 5 is greater than 2, right? So 242 is lesser than 245. Very good. Now let's look at the exercise that's given there. In the next page we have count and write the number of objects and then put the correct sign. So we have 6 cupcakes on one side and then we have 3 cupcakes on the other side. So which is greater? 6 cupcakes, right? Very good. And then we have grapes. We have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 grapes on one side and then we have just 1. So 1 is smaller than 7, right? So we need to put the appropriate sign, that is a greater sign. So and then we have few Rubik's cube here. 2 Rubik's cube on one side and then we have 3. 2 is lesser than 3. Very good. You need to also write the number Number of cubes on one side and the number of cubes on the other side, just for you to understand it better. Now we're going to look at ascending and descending order. Alright, I'm going to write few numbers here and you are going to see which order I'm writing them in. So we have 7, 9, 11, 15. So this is called ascending order. The number which is on the left is lesser than the number which is on the right. So this is called ascending order. How about descending order? The same thing. It's just the reverse of it. So here it is the opposite, right? The number which is on the left is greater than the number which is on the right. That is called descending order. Now we have an activity which is given there. Let's try it out. Color the smallest and the largest number in each row. So we have the number 3. That is the smallest, right? And what's the largest number? It's the number 11. Very good. Let's try another one. We have 17, 20, 9, 27 and 30. Which one is the smallest? 9. Very good. And which is the greatest? It is 30. That's nice. Now if you turn the page, you can see that they have given us few numbers and you are supposed to write down which order. First one is ascending order. Ascending order, always remember, it's like climbing up the stairs, right? So it's like a person climbing up the least number to the greatest number. So let's try doing that. 7, 11, 3 and 17. What's the order? 3 and then comes 7, then comes 11 and then comes 17. That's smallest to the largest. Let's try another one. We have 32, 23, 42 and 29. Here 23 is the smallest. Then comes 29 and then comes 32 and then comes 42. Very good. Now let's try descending. Descending is like getting down the stairs. Okay. So remember to write down the highest number first, the largest one. Okay. And then go down to the smallest. Let's try that. So we have 12, 6, 3 and 8. So we need to write the largest first, remember, that is 12, and then comes 8, then comes 6 and then comes 3. Right, let's go to the other one. We have 13, 14, 28 and 6. What is the largest here? 28 and then 14 and then 13 and then 6. Very nice. Now, the last page of this unit, we have few interesting activity for you to do at home. So you can look around and see in your family or even in your neighborhood, look at the age of yours and the age of your friends or your brothers. And you should see which number is greater. For example, if you are 6 years old and your friend is 10 years old or your brother is 10 years old, which one is greater? 10, right? So in that way, you will be able to compare and see about different numbers and you will know who is older, who is younger. This helps you to find out. And then there's another activity. You can collect few cups and pile up on one side and then pile few other cups on the other side. And now see which side has more cups. And then keep changing the sides and see which one is greater and which one is lesser. That will be fun too. There's another tip for you. If you want to remember the sign, the greater sign and the lesser sign easily, always think of a crocodile. A crocodile is always hungry, right? So it always turns to the number whichever is larger. Suppose there's 10 on one side and there's 2 on one side, the crocodile's mouth would be open onto the number 10, right? So always remember that. That's an easy tip of how you can remember the sign for greater and lesser. Hope you had fun with numbers just as the chapter name goes. See you soon. Bye-bye.